and the Duxbury is crawling up from behind right now. He's got something to show. But Jim, do you have a sample of that piece that you showed me?
Yeah, you want to see it?
I want to see.
See it
Hold on,
now?
I want to see it, Doug. Hold on.
Can you highlight them? All right.
Well, that's sweet.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
That's on 10 center.
Awesome.
Oh
On
my God.
conventional lathe, 10 centers.
I turn this one first.
Right.
And these are tangent to it. And the centers are around here. It's not, it's, first off, when I started this thing, this Dux chuck was to make bottle toppers and bangles and little things, you know, a half-inch off center. This is 2¼ inch off center. The center of this piece is up here. So this is 2¼ inch off center. So I'll show pictures of it when you got a chance, but it's a long way off. I got a better way of doing it too now, but
My God.
also it's not for the faint of heart. This thing is, instead of this thing going around like this, it's going around like this, okay? When you stick a tool in there and it comes by like this, you better know what you're doing, because you get carried. You better hope the tool rest breaks or the tool breaks, or because you're the next thing.
How fast were you actually going?
What?
How fast were you actually going, Jim?
I probably go around 800 RPM or so. I tried to speed it up so I could, like on this end one, you could see from here to here. But that's part of the circle, you know. You're only seeing this much wood when it comes around.
Yeah, right.
So it's not a real nice cut. It can be done, but
That's beautiful.
I got a better. I'll show a better one next week.
That's
very cool.
That's Jim,
Absolutely
always raising
awesome.
the bar.
Anyway,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous, Jim.
thank you.
And scary as heck.
Wow.
On a conventional lathe and a shop-made jig. That's, you point out those two parts.
Yeah,
Conventional
right.
lathe, shop-made jig, and a ton of talent. That's all.
Absolutely.
You surprised. I'll do a screen share later. I can show it on the lathe.
All right, that's good. But boy, I tell you, Jim, that made my week.
This is a regular chuck. This is my big version of my small chuck, the Dux chuck. This goes in a stronghold chuck for the big, I don't remember what jaw numbers. But anyway, it takes, instead of an 1 5/8 hole tenon in here, you have a 2¼ inch tenon. And this is made for, oh, I don't know, you could get a 1 inch offset. This is the amount of offset. You slide this way in your chuck to get the offset, and then you turn whatever you're doing in here to get the indexing. Well, that when you start going bigger, I had to go a longer tail on this thing. And I wouldn't suggest going any longer than this, I'll tell you. I don't know where you can go, but this did hold. It didn't fly out, nothing happened. But anyway, I was out here. So I had 2¼ inch offset here. And then this piece was on here, indexed this way. Once you got the offset, once you got your offset, you're out here, probably like that. Why do I do this backward on this? Anyway, like
How
that.
is that piece attached to your chuck?
It had a tenon on here, 2¼ inch tenon that went in this hole.
Right.
Give me that offset, the sideways offset.
I don't know which one you mean.
The thing you put over there, the bowl with the two plain sides.
Dumb question,
Anyway,
Jim.
right?
Dumb question.
It has
I'm
a
in the
tenon.
process of. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. The one with the angled side, this thing we don't. No, where's the blank with the angle side? You know what to do.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing like being prepared, huh? Anyway. This
We
is
just Rita's there.
what?
We're glad Rita's there.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
She knows where everything's at.
The riddles,
She hides it. Anyway, this was done with an angled chuck. But anyway, this is the tenon. Once you put the tenon in this chuck, it has to go in there, damn thing. Once you put the tenon in this chuck, and you clamp this up in the jaws, then this can move sideways this way to put it offset. And you could turn anything you want in the front of this. This was an angled chuck, but that's what the tenon looks like. So there would have been a tenon on the back. There was a tenon on the back of this. And that fit in this hole. It would fit in this hole this way. So when this is at 2¼ inch offset, this thing would be centered right here. And then these are each indexed this way. You can see, but it's not nice because this whole thing is flying around. And especially these last cuts, this whole piece is flying around and you're only cutting from here to here. So the rest of this circle's missing. And
So, sorry, Jim, just
Yeah.
to see if I'm picking you up right here. The back piece that you've got on there that clamps onto the workpiece actually moves along your jaws and clamps down.
yes, the jaws fit on here like this.
All right, now I'm with you.
This gives you the offset. This is why it's intuitive, Wayne. There's many chucks that you rotate and you get an offset. You rotate the thing, it cams over.
Yes.
And they work great. But this, you slide sideways and the kind of cam over, you move it 1.5 inches or something, and it gives you a 1/2 inch offset.
You can see how
Right.
much.
This you can move a 1/2 inch. You can see the distance here, and you know you got a 1/2 inch offset on what you're doing. And like I said, this is made for doing bangles and doing bottle stoppers and little things, but you know, you have to go the next step. So this is the next step. Now it's out here and this whole thing's flying around with this blocker wood on it.
Thanks for showing us, Jim.
Yeah,
It-
and it's really not nice when this has its tenon on the back here.
And I come out in case you
And,
forget.
I usually keep Rita around to call 911 in case something happens.
Jim,
Yeah,
I've got a question for you.
sure.
I'm in the process of making one a little bit bigger than the one that I made the first time.
Yeah.
And I drilled it to take a 3-inch tenon. Is that too big?
No, as long as you've got some wood here and here. This
I
is
do.
made for the stronghold, I don't know, number 2 jaws or whatever. So I just took whatever size it was and you need some stability from here to here to make this
Right.
all hold together.
Right.
And like I said, on the bigger ones, I doweled them so that this thing is not, it's not in compression. It's not just a saw cut anymore. This works much better.
Agreed.
But I got another one coming up. Let me show you this. Let me do a screen share here.
Jim, what speeds are you turning?
It all depends. Probably around 600, 700.
Oh no, it froze.
No,
If your lathe starts walking, it's going too fast.
yeah,
That's right.
no, no, I learned to turn on a shopsmith, so you follow it around the room. In fact, I had a 2x4 frame so it wouldn't run into the wall. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
This is cut number 3, so I'm doing this. So you can see that half of this is missing and it's flying around. But when you're doing cut number 8, you're out here, you're out on this one. And as you progress out, you can't see the next cut here because I've taken the line out. So I have to kind of guess at that. And I do a real narrow cut right at the cut line. And I'm in the groove of my next piece, my next cut. Here's what it looks like when it's almost done. You can see here this end. In fact, to start the tool is really hard because this thing's slamming and you can't pick up a cut. So you have to go real light. And
I take it on that outside cut, Jim, you are cutting a hell of a lot of air.
oh yeah, and I'm finding now I'm starting to use a scraper, and a scraper you can just real finely move in and and feel like cut more. But you can see on the end of some of these that I've chipped it out, but that gets cut out anyway. This is the next one. That's what it looks like off the lathe. And that's what it looks like when you get done. Well, this is kind of fun. This is different photography. This is with a side lighting, so it has shadows. And
I just love the point coming down that. I mean, that is very down at the bottom. See that?
yeah, that they all have to be tangent down here.
Yeah,
So
but you had to like go from the middle, then work your way out.
Yeah, well, my first cut around here is a 16th inch parting tool, and a lot of this is missing, especially when you get out in here. A lot of this wood's missing, so you do your first cut and it ends here, and you just hold your parting tool and make sure it comes tangent to here. And then as you're working your way down, you keep taking that parting tool down and fine tuning that. But when you get out here, you're way out on the end.